Hello and welcome to the series of How to Power BI. In this session, we will be understanding slicers and their types. We will also get to know the introduction of calculated column and how we can use it in Power BI. And we will understand question and answer visual or the NLP, which is the natural language processing. So let's get started. So in our last session, we understood the drill down, drill up options. We also saw how we can use the analysis option on different visuals. Now, in this video, we will be starting from the slicer. So, if you see in the visualization pane, in the fifth row, the third visual is the slicer. If I click on the slicers, I will get this dialog box. So the slicers, if you have done the Excel, then you will be aware about the filter option or the slicer option. The slicer option slice the data as per the selection. So in this, we can take different kinds of field and we can see data on basis of that. For example, if I take, let's say a segment, I will just drag the segment. So you can see all the segments are here. I will just adjust this. Correct. So you can see that all the segments in our data, distinct segments are here. Now, if I want to see the my dashboard or report as per the any particular segment, I can just select it from here. And now my all the visuals in the page are on the basis of government. I can just select the mid market or enterprise, and my data will be sorted according to that. So this is the one kind of visual. Now, when I drag the segment option in this visual, I got the list. So this is the list type of a slicer. If I go to the format visual option, here you can see in the slicer setting, there are different options. If you drop down, you can see can see that there is vertical list option, there is a tile option, and there is a drop down option. So currently vertical list is there. So we are seeing the all the format in the list. If I want, I can change it to drop down also. So now what I can, if I, let's suppose you want to use less space and show more data, then you can use the drop down option. So as soon as I click on this drop down, I will get my all the segments. And if I just increase the size, and on this at the corner, right corner, you can see there is a eraser. This is to clear the selection. Let's say if I take the government and I want to clear it. So there is the way you can do it by using this eraser. If I click on this eraser, my slicer will be gone. Okay. Now this is the drop down option. So for now I will be using the drop down for the segment. I will just keep it here. Now let's understand the different type of selection available. Now first is the single selection. If I turn on the single selection, you can see the other options are gone now. And at a time you will be able to select only a single filter. So by default it will be single selection. So one of the category or one of the segment or one of the value from your filter will be selected. So I can change it, but at a time I can select only one. Now if I want, I can change it to multi-select, which is by default option. Here you can just clear this first, and you can see if I take a enterprise, and let's say I also want to take a government, or if I want to take government and then small business, I can just press control from the keyboard and select this. So now two segments are selected. So you can see there is a multiple selection option here. Now this is the multi-select option. You can select as many fields as you want. I will just clear this. Now let's see the select all option. If I turn this on, and if you go to the drop down, you can see there is one more option of a select all. This will be available that if you want to select, let's suppose the case is that there are more than 20 to 30 fields in your visualization, and you want to select all but exclude the particular, let's say two three fields. So assume that there are 10 fields, you want to see 8 fields. So you don't want to go and select one by one. Instead of that, what you can do, select all and just exclude which you don't want. Let's say if I suppose there are 5 fields, now I want to see 4 fields. So, and I don't want to see the enterprise. So I can just go control click and deselect this field. Now I'll be able to see the 4 fields excluding the enterprise. So in this scenario, you can use the select all option. Again, you can clear all the data. Okay, so this was the drop down option. Now let's understand uh, how the slicers are used in the dashboard level. So for, let's just copy and paste this. So what I will just keep it here. I will make it a little smaller. I will just copy paste it 3 times. So let's adjust it here. Second one here. Third one. Let's adjust. Okay. Now what I will do, I will just select all of this. I will go to the format option, and in the alignment you can just distribute it horizontally. So I will just distribute it horizontally. So you can see my all the slices are distributed properly. Now what I want is I want to show. So let's understand one thing. Whenever you are creating a dashboard, so for the dates field, which is the month, year, quarter, and date or day, all these slicers are by default kept on the right side of the report, because most of the users are right-handed, and the most used slicers are of date slicer. So this is the practice which you follow, that whenever there are day, month, quarter, year filters, you should keep it on the right corner of your visual, right corner of your report. So, and the order should be like day, month, quarter, and year. So first let's just take a day here. So what you can do, you can go to your date hierarchy and select the year option here. Just to remove the segment. In here, what you can do, you can select the quarter. Here you can select month, and here you can select the day. So let's just remove the segment from here. Okay. Now I can see if I go to drop down, I will go, can check that all my things are here. So you can just turn off the select select all option from the uh, dates slicers. So I will just turn it on, select, turn it off, select, turn it off, select and turn it off. Okay. Now what else we can do is that I can just select all this, control select, and I can make a group of this by going to the format option, and I can make a group. So why do I make a group? So whenever what I want is that in my report, my these 4 filters should be in this order, and I can reposition them anywhere I want. So for now, I am grouping it for that purpose. And if I want, I can adjust them also. So for now, just keep it here, and let's keep it little smaller. Yeah. So these are the different option you can explore in your slicer, and you also can, you'll be able to get to the more option, and you can sort the axis by different. So if I want to select, let's say support day, and I want it from the latest date, so I can just go to sort descending. So I'll get the latest. Now let's just select the year 2014, and let's select the month. Okay, we'll just go sort axis descending again, and I'll select the okay, let's say December. Now I have maximum 31st December. So this is how you can use it. Now you can just clear it, and you can select it out different quarters like that. So this is the one type of slicer you can use. So mostly for the date, we use a drop down type of slicer, and which will allow us to select multiple days, or we don't keep it as a single visual, so that user can select whatever he wants. Now if I take, let's again take a one slicer, and I will keep it here, and I will take a country in this slicer. So you can see by default it comes as a list, but I will explore the different option and I will go to slicer setting and I will do it as a tile. So tile option, it gives you your tiles, number of tiles of your number of fields in your particular slicer. So now we have 5 countries, the 5 tiles are kept. So just adjust it to like this. Maybe I will just turn off the header of this slicer. This country I don't want. I'll just turn it off. And what I can do is that I'll just adjust it a little bit. Okay. We can just little bit here, and okay. Now this looks good, but in here what I want, you can see that because of United States of America, it is going in the second line. I don't want it. We can use the short form of United States of America, which is USA. So let's do that. So there are two ways you can do that. So let's understand. Uh, okay, let's go to data option. Now, normally what we should do is that what we can do, we will go to the Power Query and we will replace the United States with the USA. So normally we can do that. But in this session, we are going to understand about the calculated column also. So let's try to do that here. So for that, what you can do, you can go to the table which you want and you can add the new column here. So what I want is that I want to change the name of the country from United States to USA. So let's name it as uh, new country names. So whenever there is a United States of America written, replace it with USA. And otherwise, if there is a Mexico, keep it Mexico, Germany, Germany. So like that. So this is the calculated column. This is the introduction of calculated column. For that, you have to go to the data and you can just add the new column option from your table tools. So as soon as you add the column, the one column blank column opens. So let's just keep in mind, if you like in Excel, one formula bar appears. But if you go in Excel, you can write in this cell also. But if you go to the cell in your Power BI, let's click here and uh, try to write the formula here. Let's see what happens. If I click here, now you can see that the column name, I cannot write anything in my cell. So it is the only thing which I wanted to highlight, that you cannot write this in this cell. So this will throw an error, or sometimes it will this column will not appear, or this column will be calculated as a blank, as we don't have given anything here. So keep in mind that whenever we are writing formula, we have to write it in the formula bar. So I will just zoom it a little bit for you so you can see. Now just make it okay. So what was our question was that we want to change the name of a country from United States of America to USA. So I can write the if condition here. So this is how you write. If you type if, the suggestion will come. The if function. What the if function does, checks whether the condition is met, returns the true one value if true, and if you scroll down, returns another value which is false. So I will write if my country is equals to, I can write the name of a country in double quotes, United States of America, then make it USA. Else, I just want the country name as it is for other countries. So I will just give it a country column only. Close the bracket and let's check what the output comes. So now you can see, for let's filter out the country United States of America from here, and let's check what is there is a new value in our column. You can see there is a new value is USA. This is the new value USA. So now I can use this column in my slicer. So let's go to the report view again and let's change the slicer from country to new country name. So you can see this symbol represents that this column is a calculated column. So fx means the formula. So you have calculated this column. That's why this symbol appeared. So now I can see I can take this looks better as compared to the big name. So this is how you can use a calculated column. Now I want to add another slicer of a discount range, but of the percentage. But in our data we don't have a discount percentage. So for that we can calculate the discount percentage similarly. For this session, I have already calculated the discount percentage. The formula is a bit simple. What you have to do again is that go to the table option, select on table, and you can add just the new column here, and you can write the expression whatever you want. So I added the new column, named it as a discount percentage, and I divided the discount by the gross sales. After that, what I did, let's do it again so that you can understand better. So what I will do, I will add a new column, and I will just name it a DISC percentage. So what we do, we will take a discount. So as soon as you type it will give you suggestion. So discounts divided by, so I will give a slash for division, divided by gross sales. So instead of slash, you can also use the divide function, but this is the simple division and we don't need that. So in this scenario, we will be using only a simple slash. So click enter. You will get the division of a discount and gross sales. But now this is in the decimal format. What we want is percentage. So by formatting, we can convert it to the percentage. Click on the format of the percentage option. And here you can change the decimal to 0. Click enter and you will get the percentage. So now what I will do, I will go to the report view again. I will just select one more slicer. And in that I can use my discount percentage. So I will go and I will use discount percentage. So you can see that one range has appeared. So automatically it has took discount percentage as a range. So let's just adjust it here. Okay. So if I go to the slicers now and see the option slicer setting, so you can see there are different options now for the number field. There is a vertical list, there is a tile, there is a drop down. These three options we have already explored in this other slicers. For now, it is giving the between, which is the range type, or you can use the less than or equal to type. You can just use the higher range that you want to see 3%, 4%, 5%, all that, and you can turn on the greater than option, and you can use from this side also. For now, what I want is I want to use the range, so I will give it a between option. Now, how to use this? So let's click here. What if I want to see the discount percentage between 5%? So I will just keep it here to 10%. So I will get the data of 5% to 10%. Of course, I can type here also. If I go here 6%, enter. Let's see what has it has given. So okay, let's change it to 0.06. Okay. If I give 6, so if I want I can give a 600. No. Okay. Yes. So this is how you can format it. So the actual number is 0.1040, actual number is 0.06, and you can do 0.10. Okay. So like this you can change the number range from here also, or you can use this slider. If you want, you can turn off this slider also, so it will be gone. But it is easier to use so that we can use the range. So this is how you can use this slicer for your analyzing your data from the different perspective. So now let's create a one more slicer. I will just keep it here. Let's drag it here. And in this slicer, what we can add is that what are the different fields? Let's add the discount band. Let's remove this segment and add the discount band. And on the discount band, let's change it to from drop down to tile option here, or you can just format this and just you can make it as a vertical list. So here you can adjust it here, the range. So like this, you can have different types of slicer. This is drop down with the multi-select option. This is date, how to use, when to, where to position. I have told you. This is the vertical list where you can see at a time a single, or you can select all the options, but all the options are visible at a time. This is the range option, and this is the tile option. If you want to see by France, you can see by France. You can see Germany and all that. All these visuals are interactive. So this is how you can use the slicer options in your Power BI. Now, let's add the one more field, one more page in which we will be understanding the NLP option, or the natural language processing. For that, we have one visual called question answer in Power BI. So as soon as I select the visual, you can see that this box appears, and let's just increase the size of the visual of the text, so you can see. I will make it maybe a 25. Also change the size of suggestion, make it a 22. Okay, so here you can type your questions and you can see the answers for that visual. But what are the things you need to know uh, before starting with the NLP is that why do we use NLP? So suppose your dashboard is already created, but a person wants to see, but the visual he wants to see, or the data he wants to see is not there directly. So in that scenario, you can just type the question and get the answer. So this is sometimes the fastest way to get the answer, to ask the question. So it also gives the suggestion. You can see that there are different types of suggestion here, and you can use it as per your requirement. So let's just ask it a question. Let's try to understand first the suggestion option. So if I click average COG, so here it showed the average COG and it gave me the answer, the average of COGS. So we have the field COGS in our table, and yet it is giving the average of that. Now let's type sales and let's see what comes. So you must have observed in the two things that when I type the sales and when I type this average COGS, the one blue line is came under the our sales or COGS options. So this blue line indicates that it has recognized the field from your data. Now, if I give a space and I give it as an average, so sales average, set as giving me the average. Now I will just change the spelling. I will just make it let's see average sales. So you can see the one dotted orange line is came under the average. So why this dotted line? So the orange line indicates that it is showing the low confidence in your field or whatever you have typed. So it is not completely understanding what you have typed, but it is giving you the suggestion that what do you want to say. So it is like the feature of did you mean of a Google. When you misspelled something on a Google, then and you search it, then afterwards there is option comes, did you mean this? So this is like that. And let's say uh, if I type something like this, it shows the double red line. So this double red line means it does not recognize the field. So it is completely unrecognizing whatever you have typed, so it will not be able to give you data. So here also you can see, we didn't understand your question, try fixing double underline terms or ask it another way. So like that. So this is the meaning of three lines. So remember, the blue line is that it has recognized, the red dotted sorry, the orange dotted line shows it has low confidence, but it will give you the suggestion. And the two red lines under the your text, it shows that it is not recognizing what you are asking. Okay, so this was about the lines. Now let's understand. Let's try to calculate the highest highest profit. So as soon as I type the highest profit, the suggestion, which is the autocomplete feature of the question answer comes, and also values come. So it is showing the maximum profit from all the cells. Now what I want is that I want to see it by uh, let's say a country. So I can just type it country and it will give me the country. So if I type country here, country name, and I select that, so it will give me a bar chart. Now what I want is bar chart. So it has automatically given you the suggestion of one of the charts. Let's click here for now. And one option is there beside this text box. It shows that turn this Q&A result into a standard visual. So this visual it has given. Now if I want it to turn to the visual, I can just select this option and my question answer fee question answer visual will be turned into the suggested bar chart. Okay, now let's go back and make it a question answer. So what if I don't want it to the bar chart? So I can just type it a column and let's just see does it gives by column. So it is not recognizing it. Maybe we can try it table. So it has given the table. So like this. So this feature is very useful whenever you want to see a specific data. So this is how you can see it. Now let's understand. I will just make it a sales and I will type a card. So what I want is I want the sales in the card visual. So I will just turn it into the card and I will adjust it maybe somewhere here. Okay. Now you can take a visual from here also, or you can just double click on your this area and automatically the question answer feature will appear. So let's try to understand other things. Let's say I want to see the profit by year. So I will get this trend and I will just turn this into visual again and I can adjust this visual here maybe. Okay, now let's again take a question answer. Let's try to understand. Maybe let's say I want a top three segments, top three segments of all time. It has came here, but I want it from the United States of America. So it has given me this that I want to see the top three segments which performed in United States of America. So here you can see it will give you the all that data and you can just turn it on to the visual. So it's pretty simple. You can use it to different kinds of thing and you can just make the visuals very easily. It will suggest and you can give it a guideline that what visual you want. Now let's take again one of the one more question answer feature and let's try to compare the data. Compare profit and discount column chart. Let's column chart. Yes, by uh, by let's say country, COUN country. So it has given you the country wise comparison of profit and sales. So I think it's pretty handy, pretty useful feature of question answer and which is called as NLP, which is natural language processing. where you can ask the question in English and it will answer your questions. So this is how you can use the feature of NLP in the Power BI. You can try the different types of asking different types of question to Q&A. You can give it a guideline of a specific visual. Let's say if uh, I want to create a pie chart, so I can do is that sales pie chart by segment. So it will give me the pie chart by segment. I can just turn it into the visual and I'll be able to see my data. So just keep it here and let's adjust our pie. So this is how you can pretty much create a different kinds of visual by using the NLP feature of Power BI. Try to explore it, try to understand what the different option it shows. You can get it trend, you can type a different kinds of thing and see what all things it understood. And also keep in mind the red, orange, and a blue feature of blue line feature of a Q&A visual. Now this is the visual you can take on service. I mean, whenever we publish this report to our service, there also you can ask the questions by Q&A button. Okay, so this was all about the slicers and the Q&A feature, or maybe you can call it as a NLP in the Power BI. So, so the what you can do is practice different kinds of asking question to this Power BI visual or your data, and you'll get the answer. So this was all for this video. Thank you so much.